I wanted to fill y'all in on why I really felt like I had to change things recently. I would wake up and just feel overwhelmed, and there was just so much space for anxiety. This is a complex issue because there's the role of mental health and also the role of okay, if the mental health aspect wasn't there, what about my life also impacts me or reinforces the anxiety, thinking patterns. I've also been journaling throughout, so here are some feelings from my journal. I'm just so over the low energy fear mode. Let me acknowledge what is actually to face and what solutions I can focus on. That was, I think, a week ago. I think parts of me also found it difficult to accept the situation because I do try pretty hard to be happy, I do a lot of things to keep up with life. And something I say later in this video is that I need to keep up with myself first. Sometimes it feels like the older you get, the less you should be having phases like this, but I guess I'm realizing it's totally fine to have crises and to change things again. So this has not just been a week, right? But I just documented the last week of really turning things around with the intention to do so. This video is also sponsored by Sunsama, which is such an amazing app and tool for planning. And as someone who recently has felt very overwhelmed because I didn't have such a great system as I do have now, this just came in the right time for me. So I'm excited to talk about that too. So yeah, this is just a part of the journey of getting my life together. So I hope you enjoy watching, and I'll see you at the end. I told myself this in my journal: I can do this, and it's scary. I can do hard things. I'm showing up with love and care for myself, and I thank myself for being so strong. And I am telling myself now that it is okay to feel weak and be struggling. I have an amazing support system, and I know that I can ask for help and deserve it. I never have to go through these things alone. Sometimes it feels like building more intentional routines means starting from scratch, but it's actually more of a becoming aware of everything that I'm already doing, because I'm living a whole life. I'm having whole routines throughout my day. I have habits, and right now a lot of them, I have no idea what's happening, and that doesn't feel so good. So this process is a lot more about adjusting habits after becoming aware of them. Now, one thing I can focus on intentionally is sleeping at a reasonable time, just to make sure that I get enough sleep, because throughout my week of going to university, there are certain times I need to get up. So that sort of gives me, the point of reverse engineering how much sleep I can get, knowing when I need to get up. That's already a good framework for me. I think it's better if I just go to bed, maybe do something calming, like more journaling or reading, to help me get into a more grounded, present mode. This is the starting point. Oh, I still have this. It's orange juice. I also made some cake the other day. My dinner is gonna be pork chops and rice, so let's go.
she doesn't end up with John.
Who wants to get pie? Who's it gonna be?
He was overly friendly about that. He was being a wingman to the guy.
Oh, get it.
Man.
What you guys don't understand is you don't respect my...
The couple that you're saying.
She let us go, lost in the thrill of it all.
I think I slept enough. I have an exam in 1 hour, so I'm gonna go on a dog walk and just read through my notes. I did it, y'all. I feel pretty good about it. I mean, I should pass, and honestly, that's all I care about. I'm happy about it, so now I can continue my day. As much as I like to deny that seasons affect me, like, to a degree where it really changes my life, they do. And yes, I am adding more frosting to my carrot cake, which is definitely not a breakfast I recommend, but I just wrote an exam, okay? What a gorgeous morning. I've just been thinking, like, why does it feel better to like get up earlier? And I think it's really about the intention. Sometimes I struggle between the balance of like wanting to control things and letting go of things that don't make sense to control, because at one point in my life I recognized like, okay, I'm really trying to control everything here, and it's probably more damaging to my mental health than a positive thing, even though I believed that it was a prerequisite of me feeling okay. So then I tried to like not control anything anymore, and that included me like not forcing myself to get up at a certain time, and just kind of taking on the perspective of like, you know what, just go with the flow. And now I'm recognizing like, okay, there are really things where it makes sense for me to be in control of or be intentional about. So my intention of not planning things was to prevent stressing myself out. But it resulted in me feeling more stressed ultimately and a bit out of touch with my life. And so I would say having a good schedule or a planning system that just supports the way I work and can help me focus on what's important, focus on doing the things that I love doing, which is being creative and also learning and studying. And so I feel like that is where a tool like Sunsama comes in and has truly been such a great assistance in me getting back to feeling organized and optimistic, hopeful in life. So let's talk about it. We can start with the fact that it guides you to set weekly objectives, and even for one tasks you plan, you can like add subtasks. So this has been such a good guidance for just keeping my weekly goals in mind. And I just love that everything is in one place. But on the day off in the morning, Sunsama suggests you to have a look at your day. This is where you can do some last minute adjustments, maybe move tasks from other days, or maybe something that you haven't been able to get done the previous day. Each day it tells you how much time you have planned in for work, and it prompts you if you have planned in a lot of work. And I feel like that is such a good thing to have for a lot of us to just be reminded of like, okay, you know what? maybe we don't want to plan a whole 8 hours of work that day. So one of my favorite features, I just love how seamlessly I can drag and drop things between Sunsama and my Google Calendar. This just has been perhaps something I've always wanted to be able to do, and the integration is it's just so good. Like, what can I say? What can I say, y'all? If you're interested in trying Sunsama and feel like it can support your productivity and help you plan sustainable work days, you can actually try it out for free. The link is down in the description box. Thank you to Sunsama for working with me. And I'm just like so grateful that I found this tool and that I'm able to share it with y'all. Non-negotiables that I have to find in my journal actually. And actually I've been meaning to do this like for a while now. My non-negotiables right now are 8 to 9 hours of sleep, 3 meals a day, and also a clean space. We're still working on the clean space, and I think I just need some kind of routine with it. But I think we're getting there. I think one little habit that helps a lot is cleaning the kitchen before bed, because otherwise it just like compounds into a mess. And like emptying the dishwasher every day, like at least once a day, that helps in terms of cleanliness. Having maybe a laundry day could help too. Those are the bases, and maybe another basis would be to keep my work deadlines and also go to all of my classes. I mean, if I'm doing all of those things, I can say there's a good basis of I'm doing good. I'm keeping up with life. But this whole process is also just making sure that I keep up with myself, because otherwise I can't keep up with life.
Voices in my head's getting overboard. I'ma need some time to breathe. Just let me be. I don't wanna go out no more. Superficial love feeling like a ball. Something to just set me free. No, no, no. But we could just fuck around for a minute. Get to know the city limits. Honestly, I'm better if we're feeling something. Won't admit it. Say whatever you wanna say. But you're making me feel some type of way. Wasn't even gonna go out tonight. I met you though. And you're taking me to places that I've never seen before. We could just fly up in the bay, yeah. Said I don't wanna go out no more. Voices in my head's getting overboard. I'ma need some time to breathe. Just let me be, yeah. I don't wanna go out no more. Superficial love feeling like a ball. Something to just tell me.
I feel like I'm recognizing how important it is to have quiet mornings. And see, like, saying that scares me, because then I'm like, oh my gosh, if it's so quiet, I'm gonna have so much time to overthink. But maybe I can support myself there with mindful practices. Or for example, today, I've just been listening to the Zen podcast. So we're finding ways that feel great. Today feels great. And I'm also excited to like go back to bed tonight and just feel tired and sleep. I have school tomorrow early, but we can get enough sleep. We can do this. It's gonna be a beautiful day. I'm becoming more aware of my thoughts these days. The last couple of weeks I've definitely been, thinking so much, but very disconnected of my awareness about it. I'm just growing into a new phase, and this new phase needs certain things, and it's a lot more peace and quiet, but not just isolation and quiet to overthink, but quiet to work with my thoughts and be honest with my thoughts and face my thoughts. I don't know if that makes sense at all, but growing awareness, mindfulness is pulling me. So I got home from school. It was pretty tiring. Bourbon is itching himself, but I made myself a snack, and I'm also very tempted to take a nap, but I think this is good so that I can maybe sleep earlier. So this is my snack. It looks cute, right? I put it on this board. We got some pear, we got some, I don't know how you call this, like ham, dried ham, and some cheese. And I also got myself some orange juice. Blood orange juice. It's very sour. I might also make myself a matcha, but I'm trying to be mindful of how I spend my time after school and how I manage my life with work as well. So this is the first thing I'm doing right now. I think I need a knife to eat this cheese.
Outside of us, we cannot take the friends that are supportive, that have supported us outside of us. So we are a manifestation of all of these wonderful conditions. And then one day when we
Thank you so much for being here and spending some time with me, trying to implement more mindfulness into my routine. I just wanted to give a shout out to the podcast I've been listening throughout this, which has been such a beautiful guidance. The podcast is called The Way Out Is In. I'm just so grateful that I feel that I'm on the right path. Let me know if you enjoyed this video, and also make sure to check out Sunsama for free in the description box. I will see you around. If you want to see more of me, until my next video, check out my Instagram, which is Yusuf Reinhardt. So, I'll see you around, and until then, peace.